Maintaining the muse in the AI era. What is creativity and where does it come from? Rule breaking, making connections and inspiration from the muse. Breaking the rules or not. In 2016, the ancient Chinese game of Go was challenged and defeated by AlphaGo, a computer program developed by AI research lab DeepMind. I have minimal knowledge of Go, but was intrigued to read about some game experts' reaction to the game, including the winning Move 37 being described as creative. But creativity in this instance didn't mean going outside the rules of the game. AlphaGo won by exploring a vast probability space of possible moves in a strategic and long-term way. These moves were beyond the traditional wisdom of the game, which had been played and studied for over 2,500 years. In music, creative rule-breaking doesn't mean abandoning music theory completely, perhaps with the exception of John Cage's 4 minutes 33 seconds, but is more about rule-bending and not adhering to conventional patterns. Atonal music doesn't follow the traditional norms of harmony as it lacks a tonal center, such as Schoenberg's 5 pieces for orchestra opus 16. As our pattern-recognizing brains crave the gravitational pull of resolution and a home note, many listeners find atonal music to be jarring and disorienting. More accessible is Radiohead's Pyramid song. The work has an ambiguous feel and lacks a strong resolution, but is admired by fellow artists and listeners alike for its harmonic and rhythmic complexity and emotional impact, connecting things and moving in physical space. Another form of creativity involves combining ideas or experiences from seemingly unrelated areas. And you don't have to be a polymath like Nikola Tesla or Leonardo da Vinci to try it. This is where our pattern-matching tendencies can be put to good use and lead to new insights. Think about it as creative cross-training. For musicians, this could be learning a new instrument, singing, even if you don't consider yourself a singer, or trying out something in a related or unrelated field like painting, sculpture, or cooking, or dancing. Physical activity, whether it's a leisurely walk in nature or an intense exercise session, can help us get out of a creative rut, as can traveling to an unfamiliar location. Even taking a shower or driving a car can have the same effect as part of our brain switches into autopilot, allowing the brain region, known as the default mode network, to wander and come up with ideas. Unlike large language models, humans are not disembodied brains. We think in terms of our experiences in physical space. But deliberately engaging in physical movements helps mobilize the creative process. For example, writing or sketching ideas with pen and paper activates the brain in a deeper and more extensive way than just typing. This brain-body connection is instinctive for most of us and is particularly strong among people like athletes and dancers, physical therapists and natural healers, and artists and musicians. Some scientific and AI types are catching up to this concept and calling it embodied cognition. See why AI needs a body to truly understand the world. In this paper, the researchers said at the foundation of the human experience is embodiment, the continuous communication and feedback loops between brain, body, and environment. Who knew? Invoking the muse. A higher frequency or dimension, the source, God, nature, the muse. Songwriters, authors, and artists often say they don't know where their ideas came from. They feel more like a conduit or receiver of messages which then must be worked into a finished piece. In ancient times, Greek goddesses, the muses, provided divine inspiration for the creative process. Led by Apollo, they included Euterpe, the muse of music and lyric poetry. Author Stephen Pressfield in The War of Art pays homage to these unseen helpers, but stresses that creatives first need to put in a sustained level of work to overcome the negative force he calls the resistance. Procrastination is the most common one. The reward for this persistence is the attraction of invisible psychic forces that support our quest. Pressfield says, when we sit down and work, we become like a magnetized rod that attracts iron filings. Ideas come, insights accrete. In this interview, Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist John Frusciante talks about the importance of aligning with your own creative flow. Pressfield says, I don't believe that a musical idea starts in your brain. I believe it starts at a place before that we don't have any direct contact with. Everything that we create is nature expressing itself the same way that when a flower grows out of the ground. In his book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being, Rick Rubin references the song Turn, Turn, Turn to Everything There Is a Season, most of which is from the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible. The universe functions like a clock. These rhythms are not set by us. We are all participating in a larger creative act we are not conducting. We are being conducted. The artist is on a cosmic timetable, just like all of nature. Rubin also talks about the artist's job being to draw information from the ether, for it to find expression in the physical world. We are all antennae for creative thought. Sounds like our current AI systems are no match for the Muse.